Hello everyone. Do you think our skin can be a potential transmission route for SARS-CoV-2? During this presentation, I will try to answer this question that I'm pretty sure it interests most of you. My name is Anan Osman Ponché. I am founder and CEO at Piquederm. I am very happy to present our work at the EADV Congress. First of all, I declare there is no conflict of interest. This work is a part of a PhD research program called COVIDerm, undertaken by Manon Barth. The PhD project is funded by a CIFRE grant and by Piquederm. So, as you know, the COVID-19 pandemic is caused by the SARS-CoV-2 infection. This virus has infected more than 200 million people globally and caused more than 4 million deaths. The exact pathogenesis of severe COVID-19 remains unclear, but it typically involves an hyperinflammatory response following viral infection and induces significant damage in the respiratory tract. How does SARS-CoV-2 enter the body? SARS-CoV-2 spreads from one person to another through direct contact or over short distances in the air. Upon inhalation, SARS-CoV-2 enters host respiratory cells, and the viral replication in these cells causes a cascade of inflammatory reactions that induce severe damage in the lungs. The entry of SARS-CoV-2 in host cells depends on the interaction of its spike protein with the receptors of the virus available on the surface of host cells. The most important receptors so far identified are ACE2, TMPRSS2, and NRP1. Those receptors interact with spike protein, allowing the virus to enter the cell and to replicate. On the other hand, we know that the SARS-CoV-2 receptors are under the control of androgen receptor. So targeting androgen receptor represents a promising therapeutic option to fighting COVID-19. But what about human skin in the context of SARS-CoV-2 and COVID-19? We know that hygiene procedures to prevent spreading of SARS-CoV-2 include repeated hand washing and frequent use of hand sanitizers. However, those measures can disrupt the skin barrier integrity, leading to damaged skin that may in turn contribute to increased viral transmission. So our hypothesis is that damaged skin could represent a potential gateway for SARS-CoV-2 leading to COVID-19. However, for this to happen, the receptors of SARS-CoV-2 must be present and functional on the surface of the host cells in the skin. So the objectives of our study were first to measure the expression levels of SARS-CoV-2 receptors in different human in vitro skin models, and second, to evaluate the effect of dexamethasone, an anti-inflammatory drug approved in the treatment of severe COVID-19, on the expression level of SARS-CoV-2 receptors in vitro skin models. The ultimate goal being to choose the most suitable skin model for further investigations in COVIDerm project. In terms of methodology, we worked with 4 different in vitro skin models. We used dermal fibroblasts and epidermal keratinocytes in primary culture, and we used a 3D skin model and skin explant from healthy subjects. In order to validate the results, we worked with in vitro lung models. For that, we used Calus3 cell line and a 3D lung model EpiAirway. The expression level of SARS-CoV-2 receptors was measured by quantitative real-time PCR using Taqman technologies. In terms of the results, we first measured the constitutive expression level of SARS-CoV-2 receptors in human pulmonary model. As you can see, the 4 receptors, AR, ACE2, NRP1, and TMP-RSS2, are well expressed in both Calus3 cells and 3D lung models. So now we validated our experimental approach. We can go further in human skin models. So in human skin models, you can see that all the 4 receptors of SARS-CoV-2 are well expressed in all the 4 skin models. We can also see that the expression profile can be different according to the skin model used and to the receptor evaluated. When we compare the expression profile in skin and lung models, we can see that the expression level of ACE2 and TMP-RSS2 are lower in skin explant compared to 3D lung model. However, the expression level of AR is higher in skin model compared to lung model, whereas the expression level of NRP1 is similar in both models. Now, the expression of SARS-CoV-2 receptors in skin have shown to be expressed and present in skin models. What about their modulation? For that, we use dexamethasone as a model compound. And first, we treated the cells, keratinocytes, and 3D skin model with LPS, and we can show that in both models, the expression level of the cytokine IL-8 is increased, meaning that LPS induced inflammation in this model. We can also see that dexamethasone can reduce the increase of IL-8 induced by LPS. When we look at the expression of ACE2, we can see also that dexamethasone markedly reduced the expression level of ACE2 in both keratinocytes and 3D skin model. That means that ACE2 is not only expressed in human skin models, but also it can be modulated. And now we are looking at the modulation of the other receptors in skin models. So in conclusion, for this first part of the COVIDERM project, the results showed that SARS-CoV-2 key receptors, ACE2, TMP-RSS2, NRP1, and AR are well expressed in different in vitro skin models, and the dexamethasone decreased the expression of ACE2 in those models. This indicates that the skin could represent a potential entry route for SARS-CoV-2, especially in the case of damaged skin. But of course, we need more data in order to confirm this assumption. The significance of these results will be assessed in a new damaged skin model mimicking skin barrier damage caused by COVID-19 protective measures. This model is actually under development and will allow to identify novel immune mechanisms in response to external aggressions and to identify mechanisms that could potentiate or prevent SARS-CoV-2 entry via the skin. And thank you very much for your attention.